Hi everybody, thanks for joining me today on my channel. My name is Kristen with Kristen Crafts, and today I am bringing you page 5 of our Let's Build a Page series. I don't know about you, but I have had a lot of fun this week and truly appreciate all the comments that everyone has left. And thank you, Janet, for joining us. This has been just so much fun. As a reminder, make sure that you comment on any of the videos to be entered into my giveaway, which is a $30 gift certificate to Scrapbook Your Joy. And we'll be able to, pick it in 2 weeks. So, stay tuned. So my last page that I'm doing is my wedding themed one, and I grabbed this piece of wood grain and I am taking the two pictures, one of my daughter with her two bridesmaids, which is her cousins, and the one of their dresses hanging up, and we're just going to kind of do a pre-wedding layout. So I took the doily and cut that one in half. And I like doilies because they have such texture, and with these papers that I picked out, you have a lot of dark, and those doilies just add a lightness to the layout. So they are one of my go-tos along with flowers. So right now I am taking the banner. It was from a cut-apart sheet or a border sheet that was on one of my paper pads that I have, and so it just says "so happy," and I thought that was kind of the mood that was going on that morning as they were all getting ready, makeup done and hair done, and we were finishing up the last minute details. If you were to turn the camera the other way in my room, you would have seen the disaster that we had from everything being everywhere and frosting everywhere, and how we pulled it all together. It's amazing. So I decided I want to run those banners up above, and they're kind of going to be my title. I'm now taking some of my paper and I'm just putting a little bit behind. I cut them into a 6x3 size, so I figured I could tuck and move them around. And so I'm kind of happy with having just the plaid and that paisley behind. And it's just enough peeking out to give it the color. And the wood grain is still prominent on the page. So I am going to use, excuse me, I am going to use the bridal dress that came probably with a sticker pack from Michael's or somewhere, and the boots. And I again, because this is a picture of them with the dress, with the boots, I thought this could be used. And now I'm just kind of re-looking at what I want for up above. So I decide I want to go with one of the hearts that I already had cut out and embossed, and I'm going to go with one of those paper flowers that I have that are also in the craft cardstock. And I'm just kind of fitting things in and tucking things around and just seeing how they all look. And then I decided, you know me, got to glue it down. So I've got enough of the layout where I actually had an idea of what I wanted to do, and so now I'm just going to kind of put it together, and I'm just tacking it down so that I can move it if I need to. And you will see that on the bottom when I do give it a little bit less doily, because I've got to be able to fit everything onto the page. So you'll see that I'll end up right here, I'm moving it up a little bit more so less will peek out. And then I'm just going to glue down the top. Now, when I put the top down, I tried to line it up so they looked like they were going in the same direction as the bottom pieces. So instead of looking like they were just different wonky, they look like one piece just on an angle. And now, of course, after you glue everything on, that's when you decide that you want to ink your edges. I'm happy that I did it though, because I had a lot of that craft brown going on and it was starting to all blend. Even though I had pops of purple in there, the inking of these pieces of paper really does make it stand off against the background. So I'm also going to ink all of these banner pieces. And again, just like with the other paper, when I'm all done, you can really see the difference. And it was just the color that it needed to be able to not blend so much. That was one of the things I was worried about when I was picking the papers, is I was getting a lot of tone on tone, and I was worried about it I knew it would look good, but I was worried about it looking too dark and too plain. And so this little bit of oxide, which is in Dusty Concord, is just enough to go and give it that little pop. Now to continue that on, I did grab a Tim Holtz stencil, and I don't know if Tim Holtz has the names of them. This one, it doesn't have a name on it, otherwise I would, but it's just a floral. Oh, it's got the number THS 031, so Tim Holtz Studio 031. That's the stencil that I used. And I'm just putting a little bit of the Dusty Concord on each side of where the photos are going to be. It looks like a lot when I'm putting it down, but then the photos go over the top of it and most of it gets covered up. You just see a little bit of peeking out, and that's, again, just a little bit more color that I needed on this layout. I still wanted the wood grain to be prominent, so this just gave it a little bit more of that purple that was the wedding colors. So now I'm just going to go ahead and start gluing that down. I will end up having to move it over just a little bit to center it. Now for the flower, I do grab some pop dots, or not pop dots, glue dots, and use that to put down. And if you see my finger wagging, that would be because my husband came into the room. He doesn't quite get when I'm filming that I'm filming. And then he wanted my garbage can, and so I had to stop to help him with that. So yeah, if you see a few hesitations or finger pointings, that would be I'm talking to him. Filming on Saturdays, just that's what I get. So here I moved everything over. I'm going to trim the excess off the top. And now I'm just going to start rebuilding that cluster at the bottom. So I take the little 4-inch doily, I cut it in half. I'm going to put that at the bottom to kind of build off of. On that wedding dress, I don't know if you saw, but I had taken the extra foam off the backing so it would be a little bit lower. And then I have my boot kind of layered over the top of that. And then I decided for a little pop of color, I would get that little purple flower in. And that's just kind of tucked in there. And then I actually add a button to that as well. And then since I added a button to the bottom, I added another button to the top. And again, it just kind of gives it a little pop of color. So now I'm building my cluster here, and I'm using the mason jar. I've got one of the butterflies that I'd already cut out and embossed. And then I grabbed another one of those paper flowers that I had also, all of those were also inked with the Dusty Concord. And it really helped those flowers kind of give it another depth of color, because now the tips of them are all that purple. So it looks really cool. I'm building my third cluster down at the bottom. And so I'm just going to start it with a mason jar. I grabbed another of the banners that I had left over that had a star on it. I'm going to cover that up, but I've got another of those little purple flowers down there. And what am I doing now? I'm probably emptying the garbage now. And now I'm looking and I have those stickers. Yeah, I'm probably emptying garbage. All right, I'm back. So now I'm going to go and see what I can do with those. Oh, nope, I changed my mind. I'm not going to do the stickers yet. I'm still gluing things down. So I found a little butterfly. I decided to put that down. And now I am finding my word phrases. I think I may have already put my sticker down. I did. So where that other mason jar is, I have the sticker that says bring it on. I didn't use any more of those. And then for the word phrases, I have celebrate today and hashtag gorgeous. And where the right hand side, I have July, which is the month they got married, and hooray. And then up above, I put loving this right now. And I think I put one more button on there, and that is it for my layout. I want to thank you guys again for joining in this week. It's been a lot of fun. Here are some close-ups. Make sure you check out the description box below so that you can find the links to Janet's RTS channel and Moira and Christy's YouTube channels, and make sure that you leave a comment so you can be entered to win. Thanks so much, and we will see you on the third week of next month for another of our Build a Page series.